Chairman, I, of course, particularly thank you for holding this hearing. The Citizens United decision was a tragic mistake because the court reached out to decide constitutional questions that were not necessary to decide the case and not raised or addressed by the court below. Tragic because the court damaged its own reputation and integrity by reversing precedents unnecessarily, and most important, because it opened the door to a political system that more than ever can and likely will be dominated and distorted by corporate wealth. The court showed a remarkable ignorance of how campaign money can affect legislative decisions. Just in the last term, the court held in the Caperton case that a state judge should have recused himself because one party to a case had made large independent expenditures to elect him. Yet somehow the court concluded in Citizens United, quote, independent expenditures, including those made by corporations, do not give rise to corruption or the appearance of corruption. And incredibly, the court even cast doubt on one of the central holdings in Buckley v. Vallejo that Congress can enact campaign finance laws not only to prevent actual corruption, but also to prevent the appearance of corruption. The court said in Citizens United that, quote, speakers may have influence over access to elected officials does not mean that those officials are corrupt, and the appearance or influence of, or access will not cause the electorate to lose faith in this democracy. Now, no matter what their political persuasion, all members of Congress strive all the time to show their constituents that no one has influence over them and that no group has special access. The idea that these appearances have no effect on the confidence that the electorate has in us and in our democracy is naive, to put it mildly. What is perhaps most disturbing is that the court made these pronouncements without allowing any opportunity at all for a factual record to be developed. When it considered a facial constitutional challenge to the McCain-Feingold bill, the court had before it an enormous legislative record developed over many years on the corrupting influence of soft money, along with a huge amount of discovery taken in the case itself. The Citizens United Court overturned a century of federal and state law without considering such a record. The participation of the over 20 states whose laws were essentially thrown out in this case was limited to a single amicus brief. I simply do not understand why the majority felt that it was justified in taking this tremendous shortcut. Now, we are in a period of great political turmoil, and the American people are expressing their opinions forcefully. They are rightfully demanding that their elected representatives listen to them and respond to their views and their needs. I think it is for that reason that so many people are baffled and angered by the court's decision. People I talk to in Wisconsin don't want elected officials to be more responsive to corporations. They don't think that corporations have too little power in our legislative process, or that they need to be able to spend freely to elect a legislature that will do their bidding. They want a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, as Abraham Lincoln famously put it in the Gettysburg Address. In its haste to impose its own skewed vision of the First Amendment, where the corporation has the same rights of political expression as a person, the Supreme Court seems to have forgotten that bedrock principle.